Today, on the early morning show, why most relationships fail outside of sex.
Trade them for the world. What more can I say? See, we didn't have much. What we had, we made the most of it.
Good morning and welcome to the early morning show. Before I go any further, make sure you smash that like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. So, today's juicy topic is why most relationships fail outside of sex or outside of the bedroom. I mean, most of us are good in bed with one another, but are bad relationship-wise after we get dressed and go out to the freaking living room. But what can one expect? Typically in a relationship, one partner is always committed, while the other is just riding it out so they won't be lonely come New Year's Eve. Now, Atlantic Starr's 1985 song, If Your Heart Isn't In It, addresses the issue with one committed partner asking the other not to string them along if they really didn't love them. Now, mirroring that message of the song is an ancient biblical quote that says, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." So in effect, all one has to do to test a relationship is to see where their partner invests their true time, money, and energy, and this will tell you what or whom they actually love that is not you. Now sure, relationships and marriages fail all the time, but the vast majority of men feel that it is the women that make relationships harder than they need to be, or want out when they feel that they are no longer happy. And what the hell is that? Now, oddly enough, personal happiness was never meant to be a quantifier of relationships over shared happiness itself. In fact, the vows never mentioned selfish happiness, but more of the two loving, honoring, and cherishing one another through sickness and health, poverty or wealth, till death do us part. Nowhere in there says her personal happiness. For if it were about personal happiness, most men would be racing to the exit to get a divorce 2 weeks after the wedding day for as much crap as they have to put up with. And if you have been dating or married, you know what I'm talking about. Now I'm reminded of a conversation I recently had with a friend of mine who expressed the anguish another man was feeling about going through what he immediate loss that he had after he was extracted from a relationship with the wrong woman. And we've all been there. Now this woman caused him to lose his housing, which was attached to his job security, his vehicle payment, and his well-being. But none of these losses seemingly mattered to her because she went in it with the idea that men were expendable, and he believed that she was a one-of-a-kind treasure. Two different opinions. The only thing she was interested in beyond loving herself was how she felt within that relationship about happiness. And to my friend's concern, I responded that it is in a man's nature historically to build and a woman's historical nature to tear down that which the man has built. Now at this point, my friend remarked with a classic line that I will never forget. He said, and I quote, "Unfortunately, I know it's in a man's nature to need a woman, and it's in a woman's nature to fuck shit up, complain about it being fucked up, offer criticism on how the man is fixing it, complain about how the man isn't letting her help, and then finding fault after he's finished by saying the fix wasn't as good as it used to be." Now this brings me to the subject of this show, why most relationships fail outside of sex or the bedroom. Then the answer is probably because sex is one of the only loves that women share with men in which they have to participate. And if she chooses not to participate by being manipulative, then this is usually enough to drive the couple to go their separate ways and to separate beds with other people, or many other people. Now on average, relationships fail because plain and simple, both participants are not in it at the same time. When a man's committed effort is not matched by the relationship, remains on the life support until the woman walks away from happiness, or the man walks away because he is at the end of his freaking rope. But I don't believe that it is enough to explain to you that this tragedy without mapping where it goes wrong. Now get your Google Notes out and I will give you now 4 truths that any relationship must have to be successful beyond being good in bed with one another. Now I'm sure you have seen some of YouTube interviews where women make the comment that they make a man's house into a home, which very few do. And then there are others when asked, what do they bring to the table? only to say that they are the table. Well, let's put that to some critical thinking, shall we? Now, in a committed relationship, all couples have 4 joint needs that must be addressed for mutual happiness and relationship longevity. Some of these needs you may recognize are basic from Professor Abraham Maslow's hierarchy pyramid, but are also crucial for love's longevity. Now, they are not crucial in their basic issuance, but as we see one another provide them in a loving way. These 4 you may remember as food, clothing, shelter, and protection. Now stick with me for just a moment, because what may sound surface-like advice is about to get much, much deeper. For it is not that couples provide one another with these needs, but how they place their hearts into the way they provide these needs that make love last. Now, women typically need to have those 4 tangible needs met by a man to stay around, while men typically need trust of a woman who won't destroy those 4 tangible needs in order for him to stay around. Now, let me give you some examples. But I'll say again first. Women need tangible needs from men, something you can put your hand on. So she got to physically be able to see or touch the food, the clothing, the shelter, and be able to know that his protection is physically there. Now, all those 4 things I named for you, a woman does not provide for a man, even with a job. We can lie if we want to, but she does not provide a man's food, clothing, shelter, and definitely not protection. If she provided the former 3, she would complain the whole way that he should provide those for himself. Now, on a man's point of view, he has to provide those 4. Now, he cannot expect to get food, clothing, shelter, and protection from a woman, of course. But he needs to know that he can trust her with those things to which he provides. So a woman needs tangibles, and a guy just needs to trust. All relationships break down at that level. If you cannot provide a woman on a tangible level, she'll leave. And if you cannot provide for a man on a trust level, he has already left you in his head from day one. Let's go to the 4, shall we? Now, the first one, even if you was homeless and getting up off the sidewalk, you need food to feel secure first. Food, not anything else. You don't need a house first, you just need to eat. So the basic human need is food. So the guy provides the food, right? Because the woman won't marry him unless he can do that at the minimum. Or move in with him. And that she must have. On the guy's side, he needs to be able to trust her with the food he has provided. So he provides the food. She needs a tangible thing. He needs to be able to trust her. Trust her in that she will not poison his food. Trust her in that she will maintain that food, not let it spoil or go bad. Trust her in that when she brings that food to him and presents it to him, that she won't say, here's your food. I hope you're happy. Who won't give him the food cold or hot because she has no heart? You know? So like I said again, one needs a tangible need they can touch, and one needs more of a trust need or an emotional need backed by that item. The next one, clothing. Even if you were homeless on the street or you were making it as a young person, you need clothing after food. First you got to eat. Now you need clothing for your body. So the male must be able to provide women with tangible clothing that she wants, which will be every year of her life to the day he drops dead, whatever new outfit comes out there that particular week, or she doesn't want to stay around. Now, if you had a father, you might remember your father's clothes going down while your mother's clothes going up at this particular point, but that's neither here nor there. Now, even if she buys his clothes with his money, he needs to be able to trust her with the clothing. So trust her that she will not bleach his clothing. Trust her that she will not put his clothing on cold water and shrink it. Trust her that she will not wash something that should go to the cleaners. Trust her that she won't say, I won't even do your clothes. Even if I was off all day long, I don't respect you. So he has to be able to trust her with that. Let's go to the next level. Food, clothing, and the next one is you must be as far as security or in a home. Okay? Food, clothing, shelter. So secure from the elements. Whether you're homeless or you're starting out the first time as a young couple, secure from the elements or shelter. Now, the guy must be able to provide shelter for a woman, or she says, I don't want to marry this guy, he's a bum. Now, forget the fact that she doesn't provide a shelter, she's not a bum. In 2023, we still exist in this double standards of 1823, right? Now, she needs tangible house or tangible apartment. He cannot count on that for her tangible, but he needs to be able to trust her with that tangible apartment or tangible home. So more on an emotional level, he needs to be able to trust her. That when he gives her that home, she will not burn that home down, invite her friends into that home to destroy that home, hump a guy in that home while he's at work, doing the best he can, or away on military or maneuvers. Trust her with that home, that she will not try to steal that home in a divorce. Trust that she will not try to take his children from him. You see? So a lot of things revolve in that home, but on his side is trust, her side is tangible amount. Let's go to the last one. Security. Okay? But more on the protection of the physical body. So we did the food, we did the clothing, we did the shelter, and now we're going to the security or protection. Now, women don't provide any kind of protection on the physical body for men. I don't care about Black Widow movies, the women in the Avengers movies, it just don't exist. There's never going to be a fight where women like, move to the side, honey, I got this guy as big as Lou Ferrigno. So a woman doesn't want to be under a guy unless there's some kind of physical protection, whether it be in the house where he has a gun, and she says she'd do it herself, but still won't do it. So she's got to have tangible, be able to trust that he will be there, physical type protection. Now the male cannot expect to receive protection from a woman, but he's got to be able to trust her with the protection that he provides, that she won't cause a fight to get him into the fight unnecessarily, you see? Causing something she won't finish. That she won't let people in the house that will rob the house. That she won't let his secrets out. Like I said, that she will not divorce him and take his money that he's worked for his whole entire life, his children that worked for his entire life. That she won't take his all properties. That she won't take his heart. Okay? So on the male side is trust. On the female side is tangible. Now the only way that they change up, that she needs trust and he needs tangible, is in sex. Now, Maslow's chart or pyramid does not have sex on it. There has never been a person in entire human history that has died because they did not have sex. Never existed. Now a lot of people have died because they did have sex, because they died during an orgasm, because they died because they caught a disease and it took their life, but nobody's never died due to the lack of sex. But it is this one thing that relationships have together, sex, that's it. So when the two have sex in bedroom, they're good. And the woman participates because she needs more of the trusting. She said, trust her body with the particular man. But the man needs tangible sex. This is the only part that he needs physical sex. You're not going to be able to trust that. He needs physical sex. So until we can get to the point where we're real with each other, and you have a relationship that is those 4 points that work with both genders, not just one: food, clothing, shelter, and protection, you will not have a relationship. So until I see you guys again next time, stay wise, wake up, and we'll see you.
Living in my own world. 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 Oh, state of mind. California dreaming. Oh, state of mind. California scheming. Oh, state of mind. California is the reason. For this golden state of mind. California dreaming. California scheming. California is the reason. For this golden state of mind. Open mind and you'll find what you've been missing. Please don't waste my time and never try to tell me different. There I go again, ignoring my own advice. But take my word for it, man, I've been living nice. Like the bottom of some skis on a January morning. Up in Aspen sipping cocoa. I prefer my women foreign. Don't disturb me if I'm snoring, let me be. Cause you gotta get your rest to be a king. I would not expand your mind, girl, you too fine not to. Don't let me leave with someone that is